best when it counts. Okay? We'll also give you some recovery techniques as well, because you can't stay in the flow state all day long, because you're going to be using the body by keep moving as much as you can. And endorphins, we're not natural smile. It makes life a lot easier, even with anxiety. And getting a whole body intelligence going and staying focused on the solution there, and sell yourself and the world short by not wanting to get masterclass in your sight. Basically, the endorphins and serotonins and so forth. So, getting back to the 10 steps. The first thing, we're down to week 5, and this is where it all starts getting interesting, where it all starts to really come together in a little more detail. Take a closer look again at the to-do list and bringing that back into the daily improvement log, and just look at a few more. So finally, week 8, you're very welcome. And hopefully you've had a good 7 week. On the solutions to challenges and not the challenge itself. You don't let it become the end of it. And how effective that can be. Remember, neuroplasticity. The whole program is based around the 7 to 8 week period that's required to change this awareness and ready to drop into that flow state on demand with simple triggers. Okay? And that will certainly affect their performance. They won't be able to go with the flow of the activity, with the performance itself. And most importantly, I hope that you've got something out of it thus far and you continue to implement it into your life with great success. I wish you all the best in the future. Take care. You're very welcome to the Accelerated Development Academy, part of the Buoyancy 8-week program. So the purpose of the Accelerated Development Academy is to bring you along the 8 weeks, ensuring that you fully understand the tools and techniques and you've practiced them sufficiently and given us adequate feedback so you can go on to the next week. The whole idea is we want you to get the maximum out of this program over the 8 weeks and beyond. And it's all based around neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to basically change its own structure to form new neural pathways. As they say, what fires together wires together. So if you were to go on, say, a 2-hour training course, and a lot of that might resonate with you for the next 5, 6, 7 days. But very often what happens is it starts to fall away into the 2nd and 3rd week. And the main reason behind that is because you haven't committed it to muscle memory, you haven't committed it to the subconscious, and the brain hasn't formed the neural pathways. So you haven't changed the routine sufficiently, is the bottom line. Okay? So the whole idea of the 8 weeks is that by week 7, week 8, we're starting to notice that it's becoming more automatic. Okay? We've committed it to muscle memory and we've committed it to the subconscious. The neuroplasticity has started kicking in. Okay? And the Accelerated Development Academy takes it one step further. So on week 1 you receive your assignment, so you have a look through that, you get an understanding of what the assignment is asking of you, you watch the video, then you understand the exercise and you start implementing the exercises from that day onwards. And you do it for 4 to 5 days over the course of the week, or whatever feels comfortable. And then you submit your assignment either on the Friday or the Sunday, whatever suits you best. And then that gives me a clear indication that you have sufficiently understood the technique and you've practiced it sufficiently, and I can tell by your feedback whether or not it's working for you or not. Are you getting enough out of it to go on to the next stage? And as well, with the Accelerated Development Academy, we have an option there as well that you can ask a question or raise a concern, or if you want to share a positive or a negative, or if you're looking for any kind of feedback, you can there and then in real time ask the question or raise the concern or share whatever you need to share, and I'll come back to you then as soon as I can, certainly within the day. Okay, The purpose of that is that you're not getting to the end of the week and only then I'm realizing that you've struggled during this week and then you're going into the second week. That's too late. We have to maximize every day over the course of the 8 weeks. Okay? Not to overwhelm ourselves or put ourselves under too much pressure, but it's just making sure we get the most out of each week. Okay? So as you raise the questions and I come back with the response or the feedback and you implement that, that will keep you very, very sharp and keep you very focused on the particular ask for that week. That we, when you go into the next week, you're building on what you've already practiced. Okay? And then by the time you get to week 5, we're starting to introduce the daily improvement log system, where it all converges, all systems converge into this one system. Okay? So you have the daily routine for peak performances, you have dealing with challenges effectively, the roadmap to masterclass or high level to-do list. It all comes together into this one system. Okay? And from then onwards, we're fine-tuning, we're fine-tuning, and we're fine-tuning. Okay? And this is where you will be monitoring the percentage of your time in terms of your 90-minute ultradian rhythms in flow, and you're monitoring the percentage of that time that you're focused on the process. And when you're fine-tuning that and increasing that in increments of 5% every week, the output is going to be your creativity and your productivity. Your performance in general is going to be off the Richter scale, okay? Or certainly should be. And again, we don't put ourselves under any pressure, we don't get overwhelmed by this. That becomes an interference or a distraction, and that's not what we want. We want to focus on the process of achieving our goals, okay? And that's what it's all about. So let's take a look at how the Accelerated Development Academy works. So the first thing we need to do is set up a Google account if you don't already have one, okay? If you have one, you just need to send me an email to flowbuoyancy@gmail.com, and that will get you going. You'll receive an email back with all the various links. But let's assume you don't have one. So you will receive in the email a link that will bring you straight to this create your Google account. And it's very straightforward. You just input your name, assign a password, confirm the password, date of birth, a bit of information there, nothing too personal. Then you go to the next steps, okay? And the next thing we need to look at, there's various Google products that we need you to have access to. You need to have them on your computer or on your iPhone. Now, most of the program you will need to, the videos in particular, you will want to look at them on your iPad or on your tablet, because you won't see enough of the detail on your phone, okay? But certainly there's elements of it. You can certainly do your assignments, and you can input into your daily improvement log on your phone. There's no problem there. Okay, so Google products that we're going to need. The reason why we go Google products is they're free to you, they're free to us, and they're highly collaborative. So we basically can share all our documents in a thing called Google Drive, which is this symbol here. And that enables us to share information back and forth, and it keeps it interactive over the course of the 8 weeks. And we also look at YouTube, because the video's on YouTube. We also look at a thing called Google Docs, which is the same as Word. That's your assignments is in that. And we also have Google Sheets, which is the same as Excel, and we have the daily improvement log is in Google Sheets. Okay, so how would you download them? Well, you just go to your Google page once you have logged in with your new Gmail account. Click on this Google Apps button here, and you'll need YouTube, so you click on that. You'll need Drive, and you'll need Docs and Sheets and Classroom and so forth. But let's assume you don't have any of them, so go to, easiest way is go to Even More from Google, okay? That brings you into this page here, brings you into our products, okay? So you just scroll down, and if you go down, if you need YouTube, you click on it there, get it on the App Store for your phone. We keep going down till we get to Work Smarter. So this is where we're going to get Google Docs, Google Sheets, and Google Drive. Okay, so again, we just click Get Started, download it to your computer, or get it on the App Store. Okay, same in Sheets, download it to the computer, or download it to your App Store for your phone. Okay, so that's the Google products. You'll also need the Classroom, and the easiest way is to come down here to Google Classroom and click on that. I'm not going to show you that because if I do that, I've already got it set up, but it will take you through the various steps. Okay. And Google have great support there as well if you've got any issues with downloading the products. Okay. Another reason why we use Google products is it enables me to stay focused on taking you through the 8 weeks of the program rather than dealing with technical difficulties. Okay. So let's say you've got in there and you've sent me an email to flowbuoyancy@gmail.com. I reply back with a link into the Google Classroom, the virtual classroom. Okay, and it's going to look something like this: the Flow Buoyancy Accelerated Development Academy. Okay, and now this is the teacher side, so it's going to be slightly different, but you're going to get access to like week 1 assignments. So the first thing you do is you click on week 1 assignment, assuming that you have your Google Docs already downloaded. If you don't, it's going to prompt you to do that, and just follow the prompts. That's probably even easier. I showed you the long way just in case you have problems. So this is what the week 1 assignment is going to look like. So you fill in your name, the date that you're commencing, and the first thing you do, rather than going straight to the video, you can click on the video here. I'll just ask you there, before you watch the video, have a quick read through the assignment before, so you know exactly what the ask is, what is required of you. Gives you a quick overview of what the exercise is. Okay, don't pay too much attention to it because the video will cover all that. The weekly roundup and takeaways, so just have an understanding of the various questions that are being asked of you over the course of the week. Okay, so as you're watching the video, you can easily go back and you can input, you can just type in here what your feedback is. Okay, now the beauty about Google products is you can submit this on a Friday or you can submit it on a Sunday, but certainly before the week is over. So you go into the next week with a clean sheet, unless I see anything obvious in your assignment where I think you may not have a full understanding or an adequate understanding, and I will come back to you and we'll deal with that separately. Okay, but if you have an issue here on a question, well, what you can do is, you see this little button appearing here, add comment. So if you want to bring something to my attention, if you've got a query about this, a concern about it, if you want to share something with me in terms of maybe a positive success or even a failure, if you want to share it, just click comment, and the first thing you do is plus sign and send it to flowbuoyancy@gmail.com. So you can type in there, it'll come up once you've done it first, but if you don't, you can just type in flowbuoyancy@gmail.com. Okay, then leave a space and say, Tony, can you please assist here? Okay, and you have to assign it, make sure you assign it to me, and then you assign it. Okay, I will receive an email with that query or that concern or whatever, if you want to share something, and I will come back to you then within the same day. Okay, this keeps it real time, so it's a case that if you got any concerns or issues or something you want to share, we deal with it on the day, or certainly you might get it, it won't drift beyond the second day. And that's rather than waiting until the end of the week when the assignment comes in before I realise you've got an issue or you haven't got a full understanding. Okay, it's a very simple function that enables us to interact in real time pretty much. Okay, so you submit that assignment on a Friday or a Sunday, certainly before the end of the week. To click on a video, click here, assuming that you have your YouTube already on your computer. Now sometimes it might jump further down, it's like 15 minutes in, so what I'll do is I'll just drag that back. See that? Okay, and if it's a bit blurry on you, just click here to the settings and make sure you've set it to 1080 for high definition. If it's at 320 or 360, it's not going to be great. Okay, so you want to make sure it's at 1080. Okay, and you want to go full screen so you can see the full detail, and then just bring your cursor to the right hand side of the screen to get rid of everything else within a few seconds. So you now have full access to a full screen and you're watching the video. Okay, so you can pause it at any stage. Okay.
Hi, Tony Bone here. You're very welcome. The Flow Buoyancy 8-week program.
Okay, so you can go back again, exit full screen, and we'll exit that. Okay. Now when you get to week 5, The week 5 assignment is going to look like this. Okay, so again, you read down through your, before you watch the video or look at your daily improvement log, just read down through what the ask is, the exercise, the weekly roundup and takeaway, the various questions. So as you're going through the video, you will remember them, and the best thing to do is just go straight into the weekly assignment and type in your feedback, okay? Whatever that is. And again, if you have any questions, just add a comment here, okay? Or you can go up here and add comments, okay? Or you can right click and add comment, okay? And again, click on this for watching the video. And now for the daily improvement log, this is, as we said before, it all comes together, converges into the daily improvement log system, all the various tools and techniques. So we click on that, and this brings you into Google Sheets. And you're going to have a week 5 log, a week 6 log, week 7 log, and week 8 log, and you'll have a template as well for using going forward. And this is what you're going to see, okay? And this is heavily covered in the video, so I won't go into detail. But if you've got an issue, let's say your percentage in flow in this particular ultradian rhythm 6 is 45%, and you're not focused on the process, as a result, you're down at 40% focus on the process. You didn't achieve a whole lot. You didn't achieve any of the items on your to-do list, so that you couldn't strike through, okay? Well, a simple thing you do is just right click, scroll down, insert comment, plus flowbuoyancy@gmail.com, click on it there, and just type in add a non-productive, you are 6 period today. Okay, can you assist? Make sure you assign it to me, and I'll get an email notification straight away, and I can click on that and it brings me straight in here, and I can see your mood log, your energy log, and your refuel log as well, in terms of what foods and fluids you're happy in having, and maybe even look at some of the previous patterns over the course of the week. And that's just to give you an example how to add comments to ask a question, raise a concern, or share something positive or negative. Doesn't matter. Feel free to share. Okay. So that's the daily improvement log, how we interact. Okay. And this is just the Google Drive where we store everything. So it's in Classroom, Flow Buoyancy, 8-week program. Okay. So again, you're going to receive an assignment for every week. You're going to submit that in. You're going to receive the feedback. Again, try and close out each one by a Friday or a Sunday, and that gives you a clean sheet then going into the next week. You can remain focused on what's been asked of you that week. And if I notice anything on the assignments, any room for improvement, I'll come back and we'll talk about that separately. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Again, if you have any questions, you can send me an email at flowbuoyancy@gmail.com and we can address it. So hopefully that's clear enough to get you going. And remember, the purpose of the Accelerated Development Academy is that we're there with you every step of the way over the 8 weeks to ensure that you have a full understanding, that you have a grasp of the exercises, that you're practicing enough over the course of the week, that when you go into the next week, it's clear enough that you can continue on and build on from that. That by the time you get to week 5 and it all coming together into the daily improvement log system, that you're getting the most out of it from there on up to week 8 and beyond. Okay? And whether you want to continue on beyond week 8, that's entirely up to yourself. Okay? So our guarantee to you is that we're going to be with you every step of the way, and we're going to be there to add as much value to you as we can to make it as seamless as possible and for you to get as much out of the Flow Buoyancy 8-week program as possible. But you have to commit yourself and immerse yourself in this Flow Buoyancy program to get the most out of it, okay? And that's the reason why we have the questionnaire at the start of the program, to make sure that the program is a good fit for you and is a good fit for us. It's not in our interest that you don't get the maximum out of this program. and it's not in your interest to spend 8 weeks at something that you don't get the full benefit of, okay? So I'm Tony Vaughan. It's been an absolute pleasure. Take care.